when I was 2 years old, and we grew up in upstate New York. I mean, at least for me, it was the worst place ever. It was always snow or always bad
Upstate.
weather. And, you know, we were locked in our rooms. My brother is 3 years younger than me, and he was locked in his room. And, you know, they would go in and they would hit him, and he would scream. And there was nothing I could do to help him. And then they would come into my room and they would take turns beating on me. And, you know, there was nothing my brother could do for me either. So we were both really powerless in a home that was consumed by mental illness and alcoholism. And domestic violence, and threats from outside the home that they would invite in. So I was groomed at a very early age to be sexually submissive to anyone that wanted anything from me. And it started when I was 5, and my babysitter had, you know, it was supposed to be my bedtime, and he looked at my cotton nightgown or whatever and told me to take it off.
So far,
And I remember feeling like it was weird and saying, my mom already gave me a bath.
He's been having these weird sexual things on. It's like, bro, what's up, man? It's almost like he's got something out of it.
Just feeling like there was something really wrong. And over
Is he still Skid Row? Is he still filming on Skid Row?
That relationship blossomed. As in, I don't have negative memories at that time. I don't have positive memories, but I know who the people were
I suck at
who
him.
did, you know, harm me as a child.
I really do.
I kind of wanted to name them today.
Hey, what's up?
So that they don't get away with it.
This is just a chill smoke before I pass out. No politic talk. What do y'all got going on Sunday night?
My brother had 3 abusers.
I'm rolling up a couple of little joints, and I'm going to come in, and I'm going to try to clear my mind and watch TV, which two ADDs usually do. So maybe I'll make some content. I don't know. Not really that tired yet, but I gotta be able to. Right now we're smoking Spritzer Snowman.
That was a way of life for them. My dad became friends with one of my child investors, and that was
especially these papers.
An interesting thing.
Like all hemp paper. I mean,
so
great, but burn shit.
But I originally started out saying.
I won't blame the burn. I'll blame it being my fault because I roll horribly.
And
okay. I'll usually smoke from a bowl, and it saves weed. It definitely does, and you don't need that much, you know? I don't need that much, but I just love smoking joints. So I had some JOB 1.5s, and then I tried these hemp ones out, and let's see how this burns. I'm not blaming the hemp. Interesting week in America, huh? All around the world, I guess. And why do I have a feeling that this coming week is going to be an even more interesting week? What do you think is going to happen here in the U.S. within the next 3 months? Where do you think we'll be in 3 months? Put a 1 in the chat if you think good place. Put a 2 in the chat if you think bad place. Put a 3 in the chat if you think we will still be in war. I suck at rolling, y'all. Unfortunately, I think we might still be in war in 90 days. I think first they were saying 4 days, and that turned to 4 weeks. Now they're projecting possibly 4 months. I don't know. Is a game of chicken going to be being played? Man, I'll tell you the truth. I'm worried about the N-word, and I don't mean that in a racial way. So my plan is just to chill, make sure I keep a couple good strains, hustle max, fucking work on the Tragic America project. I'll see what's going on, try to siphon through the propaganda, come talk to y'all on platforms where I'm not shadow banned, and start using some code words for certain things, or maybe certain countries, or maybe certain whatever, you know? That I could post on my website, I guess. You guys realize I fucked this whole joint up, right? I haven't got like a decent hit yet since I rolled this up. Anybody in here from South Florida? You know what I did? I canoed it. I lit it up. Half of it fucking burned up. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice. Never will I get these papers again, though. And while I was out, I should have grabbed. I like papers, dude. Not like these fucking long fucking JOB 1.25 or 1.5. Or the orange ones. This strain is just a good joint strain. Fresh off the plant. Spritzer, Snowman. I think indica leading. I could be wrong. It's a hybrid like everything else, but I think it's a tea leading hybrid. Could be wrong. I got strawberry push pop right now also. That's hybrid. I think everything is a hybrid nowadays, really. You know, the names and all that, I think is 99.99% marketing. And whether it actually is what it is, some places, dispensaries, I mean, probably yes, some no. I feel like it's almost safer if you know a good grower. Because even the dispensaries, man, if they have a fucking crop filled with mold, do you think they're going to throw it out? Or you think they're going to use it and put it in tincture or put it in, you know, edibles or whatever, you know? It's been a problem down here. So if you smoke and you don't grow, just knowing a good grower Definitely a good thing. And you could tell the difference, you could taste the difference, you could feel the difference to someone that natural home grow. Healthy hobby enthusiast. What kind of hobbies? I work a lot. Um, I write. I do a podcast. I what else? I play guitar. I like poetry, so I kind of like my therapy. Sometimes I'll go get a massage at like the Asian place and get a happy ending at the end. It's fun. Um, haven't been in a relationship for about 2.5 years now. I live in, I wouldn't say where I live. I take care of my mom. She's in her late 70s and had a couple of bad surgeries. So I moved back here since then. And yeah, it's the longest span of my life that I've not been in a relationship. And it's I've learned more probably about myself in this time than like the whole fucking rest, to be honest with you. I just never wanted to be alone. Even as a teenager, I always wanted to like the first female that showed interest in me, I would run and fucking I would take her, and she would end up being a user and fucking lazy, and it would turn to shit, you know. Took me a long time. Well, that made me bitter, first off. Um, but it took me a long time, really, to just be like, you know what, that's not the most important thing. It took me being alone to learn that you're good. And now it's at the point where I really don't even, like, fucking want to be in a relationship. I'd rather go to the fucking, get a massage at the fucking Chinese place, that fucking maybe happy ending at the end, and bam, that's a fucking date. Now I'm back home and I'm working and I'm hustling and I'm making money, and it's sad because a lot of people are thinking like that now because of what America has turned into when it comes to when OnlyFans and females and just the whole deal. And men are the same way. You know, I'm sure females are like, damn, there ain't no good men out there. And yeah, maybe they have both male and female psyop. I'll tell you what, social media has a lot to do with it, and COVID does. There was a lot of social programming going on during COVID. And that's from someone that studied sociology, has a degree in sociology. And I was in a rare position to see it as it played out, because I was in prison for 6 years and 11 months for a DUI manslaughter. I hit a guy on a motorcycle, and I was prescribed Roxy's and Xanax when I was in my early 20s, 23, 22 years old in South Florida. I ended up hitting a man on a motorcycle. I had that in my system, and I went to jail for 6 years and 11 months, but that was 2012 to 2019 I got out. And during that time, the iPhone had just came out when I went in. When I got out, we were at like iPhone, 11 or something, 8. It was a whole new fucking world. And of course, I brought a girl out with me from the female side of work release that I worked with. Everyone knew I was going to do it. I did it. Huge mistake. And she sent me back a couple of years when it comes to electronics and shit, because she was playing all types of games. But I don't regret it. I grew to love the chick. We went through a lot together, but now it took me to get through that time to really grow and learn who I am. And the 2.5 years alone, yeah, I learned a lot. Learned a lot about myself. We're all capable of so much more than we think that we are. And I know that because growing up, I was like, always in the back of my head, you can't do this, you're not going to be able to do that. What if you'll never get, you can do it. You can do it. One thing I learned is, as humans, we're adaptable. And during all those situations, I was able to try to make the best out of it. And whether it was a small thing, like looking forward to fucking something that might not be shit out here, but in there it was something like a dessert or a fucking joint or shit. What guard's working that you fuck with, that you can make a phone call that night, that you got new sheets. That you got a meal to eat after 8 p.m. Canteen. Yeah, being there, it was unfortunate, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me because it gave me this. It completely changed the way I think. And without even thinking about it, I'm grateful for fucking everything. Everything. Things that I think the majority of people would not really think about. Which is okay. But I do think it makes a world of a difference. And life quality. Now, do I go back and revert to being a bitch? Sure, all the time. But then I try to bring myself back to that. So like I was saying, the Tragic America Project, when I got out, when I was in there, I was speaking to my sister and my mom. Now, my mom was telling me that I wouldn't recognize the world on the outside. My sister was saying my mom is crazy and she's for Donald Trump being president. I got out June of 2019 and I studied both sides and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then the sea hit and then the Capitol riots, and I saw this all play out, and I'm like, damn, are we in a simulation? You know, I had the iPhone, I'm like, are we in a simulation? Now, me saying that does not affect my beliefs. I love God, Christ, but it's something that when I first heard the theory, I had a couple sleepless nights over it where I really dug deep into it. Now, at this point, it really doesn't matter, because whether that's true or not only do I still have to work tomorrow, but God is still real. Fucking the Trump assassination, the Epstein tapes, the war. They always do that. They always do that to me, man. Whenever I'm mentioning like certain words, and this has been lately, I've noticed, they'll just shut it off. So I'm taking that as a warning. So I will not say those words. That's why I'm saying I need code words, y'all. I will have code words on my website, link in bio. I'll just put code word, link in bio. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, y'all. And Kick. I have 6 followers on Kick. I think I streamed on there like 3 times, but I'm trying, even to the point where I message fucking the people on X from Kick, and I was like trying to learn their algorithm and shit. And they answered me back, which was cool. They actually pay more than any other app. You know, you get more as far as like, and they're doing a lot of deals right now. Now, if you guys don't know, Kick is owned by Stake, the gambling app, which is getting huge. I'm not particularly for or against it. I don't gamble personally, but I have nothing against it. It is like you got to be careful with it. Obviously, I think it is. I've seen it affect people just as bad as drugs. So self-control, But it looks like it's a lot of fun. I just don't like to gamble. I'd rather spend money on trees. Now, if Kick was like, here's a salary and here's some money, I would go to the casino with a few grand. Yeah, for sure. A little bit of fuck you money to throw around, stream with. I do like the casino, especially on shrooms, because they got nice designs on the floor, the air flowing, nice and cool, perfect temperature, beautiful woman. Yeah, I like the vibe. Love it. You know what? Due for a trip to the casino. Definitely. That's going to be this week. I'm going to hit a certain number. I'm going to put it. If I reach that number, which I will, then Saturday will be casino stream. Now I put it in my own mind, even though, I'm doing it though. So in order to do that, we need to hit this week. I'm going to say it right now. I'm writing on the board. 2780. I get 2780. We're going to the casino. 2780. 2,780 sales. We are going to the casino and we're going to spend maybe a 5 piece. Nothing crazy. I more so want to see the two. There's some hot chicks. I'm not far from Hard Rock, man. I'm like 15 minutes away from Seminole. There's two casinos, like right here. One is off 441, and then the Hard Rock, the new Hard Rock. Used to go down that way, get cheap cartons of cigarettes back in the day on the reservation, tax-free. Yeah, definitely a fan. See, I just talked myself from, I'd rather smoke weed than go and gamble. Now I just made a mark for myself that if I make over, what was the number? 2850 in sales. Saturday, we're going to the Hard Rock. $28.50. $28.50 in sales. And Saturday, we're going to the Hard Rock. Now, do I plan? I might have plans. If I do have plans on Saturday, we'll go Friday. Yeah, I'm working until Saturday night, maybe. We'll see, whatever. Yeah. So I'm not really going to be editing these streams like this, like I said, like more like a diary. So I might be all over the place, but that's literally my mind all over the place. So like, yeah, maybe I'll start editing at some point, some stuff, but most of the time it'll just be me rambling. For now, at least. Until I decide the next move. Which I have an idea. And I think y'all are going to like it. I think it will be entertaining. And chill. In a tense time in the U.S. Let's bring some fucking light in the darkness.